Without you. Come on, get in your chair, sir.
Get in my chair.
What's going on, people out there? Hey, it's another edition of a show that we like to call The Jump. Okay. I'm your host, Nigel Fullerton.
You see what I did there?
I saw what you saw.
I jump cut the
You switched them around. I see.
I used a jump cut.
Very dyslexic of you. I'm your host, Nigel Fullerton. Sit with me is
Steve.
And this is a show basically where we talk about movies. Oh, God.
Phone calls.
I'm so professional. This is a show that
we do it here.
Yeah, this is a show where basically we talk about movies, pop culture, and all around TV stuff.
Yes, even though we're not on TV.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, if you're watching us on your TV, we could be on TV.
Well,
let our dream come true. Put us on your TV.
Hey, if we can, if you
show
can.
Show it to the family. Show it to the wife, to the kids. Show it to your dog.
Yeah.
I think dogs love us.
Do they?
They love us.
All right. Do they give us the views that we need?
Yeah, they love. They especially love when we talk about Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because we never stop.
Well, today we'll be talking about scary stories to tell in the dark, Dora the Explorer, but right now, you ready?
No.
For a little segment that we like to call
Geek News.
Geek News. Yeah.
I'm psychic.
Hey,
I'm
there
clairvoyant.
All right, a lot of things happened this week. Basically, Disney had their own a convention called D23, where they made a lot of announcements. A lot of things are coming in the pipeline.
Is this like the 23rd D convention?
No, it's basically their own Comic-Con where they talk about stuff from Disney IP.
Why is it called D23?
I don't know what 23 is. I know it's Disney. D stands for Disney.
I mean, Disney's way older than 23 years.
I have no clue why they call it D23.
Is there a D22?
I don't know, man.
There's an A22. It's Area 22.
Let me tell you my news, man. So basically, they announced a lot of things this week. Lady and Tramp live action.
We both mutually agreed that we were not going to watch it.
I'm not going to watch any more live action anything of Disney's. I'm sorry. I just watched the original.
We saw it pop up, and then Nigel's like, I'm not interested. And I'm like, same, except for everything.
Yeah. Especially if you can actually use dogs. Like, I mean, there's been movies with dogs, and they're not going to use real dogs.
I don't want to see dogs French kiss in CGI. I just don't.
Also announced for the Disney Plus streaming service will be She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, and Moon Knight. Are you excited about any of these?
She-Hulk might be interesting. Did they say what it's going to be like? Is it going to be live action?
They didn't really say what She-Hulk will be like. Mostly they talked about Moon Knight. She-Hulk basically is Bruce Banner's cousin. She cannot change back. She's always green. She is a lawyer. She's also been a wrestler. And she's basically a wise ass, just like Spider-Man.
Oh? Whenever I think of She-Hulk, I forgot what that show was. It was on Adult Swim with the C-list superheroes.
Oh, probably, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I forgot the name. I don't know why I forgot the name of it.
That's okay.
Where they had like the Cowabunga Thor and all that.
It wasn't Robot Chicken?
I think it might have been Robot Chicken. It was a cartoon.
Sounds like they would have did it.
Yeah, it was like a cartoon.
Okay.
It was drawn.
Also, Moon Knight. Moon Knight will be the first Jewish superhero in the MCU.
They take away the shovel, give him the moon, you're good.
Well, basically Moon Knight is his real name is Mark Spector. He's the son of a rabbi.
Okay.
He's an ex-soldier of fortune that was killed by the Bushman, but was brought back to life by a moon god. In exchange, Mark Spector would become an avatar of vengeance in the moon god's name. Moon god's name is Khonshu. So basically, when he was revived, he also has multiple personality disorder. So yeah, so this is going to be very interesting. I'm very excited for Moon Knight. I think it's going to be the best thing that can happen for Disney Plus or the MCU. I think it's really I think the concept is really, because I don't know too much about it. I just know that this guy is batshit crazy.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Yeah.
It sounds. Oh my God! The son of a rabbi worships the god of the moon and becomes a caped crusader.
Well, basically, I don't know if you remember who the Bushman is, but the Bushman was the villain in Luke Cage season 2.
I didn't watch Luke Cage beyond episode 1.
Got you.
Actually, no, I didn't watch it beyond episode 3.
Okay.
That show just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, but it's basically.
I heard season 2 is really good though.
Season 2 is better than season 1.
I completely forgot Jessica Jones season 3 existed. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was the thing
I
that
watched
happened.
it and I reviewed it on this platform.
We both reviewed it. You get some reviews.
Did we?
Yeah.
All right.
You get some reviews.
So also announced Falcon and Winter Soldier. They're saying that U.S. Agent will be on the show. You know who U.S. Agent is?
No.
He's like a darker version of Captain America.
Shin Captain America.
Yeah. Well, basically, in the comics, he was trained by Taskmaster to learn how to like do all of Cap's moves. So him and Cap always were at
But then you
odds
have
with each other.
Taskmaster who can learn his moves.
True.
Taskmaster is he's quite the alpha male.
Yeah, which will be in Black Widow. So
Oh, he's the villain. He's confirmed.
yeah.
That all right. So that I'm
confirmed.
excited for.
Yeah, he
I
is confirmed.
I didn't care that much about a Black Widow movie until I heard someone like Taskmaster is going to be in it.
Yeah, Taskmaster's going to be in there. Red Guardian is going to be in it as well. And a couple of things might happen. There might be the new Black Widow might be in that movie as well. We don't know. Also,
It's a prequel, right? Because
it's a prequel, yes.
stuff happened to Black
It's
Widow.
supposed to actually, they gave more backstory at D23 about it.
Mm-hmm.
They said that this Black Widow movie will take place in between Civil War
Mm-hmm.
and Infinity War.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to take place.
So this is going to be after Civil War.
That's after the love arc.
Right.
That's a good time. That's a good time
Yeah.
for it to take place.
Yeah, so this is basically when all of them went rogue and they, went their separate ways.
Speaking of rogues and D&D are stupid OP. I'm sorry. I started playing a rogue. Oh my god. Sneak attack. What is that?
Oh man! Also announced at D23, Black Panther 2 will be in theaters in 2022. It's rumored that Namor will be the villain of Black Panther 2. So it's going to be the battle of two princes. So basically, the Prince of the Ocean and the Prince of the Sea. Or kings. I'm sorry, they're both kings.
That's
There was an Easter egg for it in Endgame because I don't know if you remember. You don't remember this?
no.
So when Natasha was talking to everybody and there was like holograms and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and she asked, I forgot her name from the bald chick from Black Panther. She asked for a status report. She said there was an earthquake in the ocean,
Oh.
and she said, "What are you doing about it?" And she was like, "We do nothing about it. That's how you handle it." So that was basically Easter egg for Namor. The reason why Namor doesn't have his own movie or anything like that is because he's kind of similar to Aquaman.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to do that. But now if you bring him in through Black Panther, it works better.
Okay. I'm honestly I don't know. I don't know if I care as much about this gen of superheroes, especially since Spider-Man isn't going to have a big hand, or he might. They're negotiating.
We don't know. They're still negotiating.
Oh my god! But if he's not going to be involved, I don't know if I just care about this arc of the MCU because, like,
True.
I don't care about like Falcon,
Right.
I
I
don't-
mean, but these are all shows, though. I mean, yes, they're
Yeah,
in the MCU.
but like they're going to be involved in the movies.
True.
I mean, like I'm pretty sure that Agents of Shield was canon to the movies too.
No, it wasn't. They tried, but it wasn't.
I think season 1 was canon.
They tried to make it canon, but the movies never acknowledged the shows. The shows always acknowledge the movies.
I just thought it was such a bad show.
It is. I mean, not as bad as, and this is my personal opinion. I'm not sure how I feel about Miss Marvel.
The movie?
There's going to be a show, Miss Marvel, where I will set it up for you who Miss Marvel is. Okay, Miss Marvel is
Is
the
not Brie
first.
Larson again?
No, Miss Marvel is the first Muslim
Captain
American superhero. She was influenced. She's a fan of Carol Danvers, so she's a big fan of Carol
it's
Danvers.
in that kind of area.
Kind of, sort of, but she's not a Kree. She was subjected to Inhuman blood. And that's how she got her powers. So her powers aren't Kree powers. So she doesn't have the same powers as Captain Marvel. She calls herself Miss Marvel
Does her
because
background have anything to do with the hero?
the Inhumans mostly.
Okay, but it doesn't have anything to do with like her powers. You're not trying to like.
No, it's not the same as Captain Marvel.
Okay,
Yeah. So that's bad. She's just a fangirl that gets superpowers, basically.
gotcha.
So let's get some more D23 news. Kit Harington from Game of Thrones will be playing Black Knight in the Eternals movie.
Who's Kit Harington?
He is Jon Snow.
Gotcha.
So he will be playing.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
See, I deserve to host this
He
show.
will be playing. He will be playing the Black Knight. A little background on the Eternals, which I found out. They said more about the Eternals now.
Yeah.
So now we found out the reason why the Eternals haven't popped up since the beginning of time, or since the Avengers, all the stuff that's been happening, is because all of their powers have been subdued. They've been in kind of like they didn't know that they were Eternals. So their memories get wiped anytime an Eternal dies. Their memory gets wiped. And they still live forever because they're eternal. Number one, so they still live forever, but their memory is wiped, and they don't have a
They're
recollection.
eternal, but when they die,
They come back to life.
like a Kenny situation.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So
That's like my slogan this episode. Gotcha.
so what happens is one of them is Angelina Jolie, and Angelina Jolie's character is basically going to be working for Stark. She's been working for Stark all this time. So you get a little Tony Stark cameo in this one.
So
hopefully.
Do you think Robert Downey Jr. is like? I'm pretty sure he loves playing Tony Stark. I don't know if he's worn out at all.
I think, and this is what I heard. I don't know if it's a rumor, or if it's true, but I did hear, and yes, I think he's not worn out from it. He's a little. It's kind of a love-hate thing. Yeah. Because we've been playing this character for 10 years.
Yeah, it's like Daniel Craig with Bond.
Right. So, from what I hear is that they might be bringing him back in AI form.
Oh. I just don't know if he's got... Because from what I heard, is I did hear that he actually loves playing the character.
He did.
But, having the same tropes and everything over the course of all those movies, I'm sure,
Right.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
Also in D23, they gave us another trailer for Star Wars.
I did not watch that.
I haven't watched it either. I'm not sure how I feel about Star Wars. They keep telling me that it's going to be better this time. They keep telling me that, we're going to fix everything. I don't know.
I'm sorry. If they bring back... I'm still focused on the Stark thing. If they bring back Stark in AI form, that's going to basically make his death moot.
I don't know if they're going to do that, but they can also, since they have multiverses now and they can time travel, they can also bring them back.
They could, but that also makes him moot.
I understand that.
It's like, all right, I get bringing it back. If they don't have Spider-Man involved, they're not going to have that irreverent, kind of fun, happy-go-lucky personality.
Right.
Which they need.
They need
that comic relief.
They don't have that. They don't have that quirky. Like I don't see Doctor Strange being the Stark replacement.
I see Thor being the closest one to having that quirkiness.
Yeah, but he's not a leader either.
No, but neither is really Spider-Man.
True.
So I don't know. They might introduce a new character. Who knows? But I feel like that's a cop out if they bring back Stark in that way.
I don't know. It's a rumor, so I'm not sure if they're going to do it.
If they do it.
I don't know if I don't know how it would feel. It would have to be years down the line. Like let's say like in the next 5 years, and it pops up. I would be okay with it. But I don't know. I think that's why they haven't had they're not going to have an Avengers movie for a while, because you need to have established a character that is as iconic as Tony Stark.
You also got to have build up.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that they saw their competitors over at DC not do. And we cannot make that mistake.
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is? Slated, because we know most of Phase 4, we don't see anybody that's going to be that person. I don't think anybody from the Eternals or Black Widow or...
Maybe Wolverine, they bring X-Men involved, but then if the Sony terminates the contract...
But it's gonna take a while for that to happen. You know what I mean? There's nobody that...
My gears are just cranking in my skull.
If they... we lost a lot of people. Think about it. I mean, we lost Tony Stark. We lost Captain America. We lost Black Widow. So, that's most of the team.
And honestly, I'm, tired out from, those characters, too.
I am, too, but I love Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And especially...
we love this version of Tony Stark. Tony wasn't always like this before the movies.
True, but... The thing is that there's going to be a lot of things that are associated with Tony Stark. So, for instance, Shang-Chi, the movie that's coming out in, I think, next year or the year after, Shang-Chi, it's directly related to Iron Man, because the Mandarin's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know who is going to take up the mantle. I don't know, especially since Spider-Man is gone as well. I don't know, and there's not a lot of characters that are as beloved as. But we also have to understand that when Iron Man came out, like, he wasn't a known character. When Iron Man, like, I knew of Iron Man, I didn't know too much about it. I just knew that he had a cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, and same thing with the Fantastic Four, same thing with Hulk. The reason why Hulk's movies don't do well is because nobody knows his villains. His villains are not memorable. His villains aren't the best. That's why you haven't seen too many Hulk movies.
I feel like same thing with the Flash, except for Gorilla Grodd.
Basically.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just like sitting here thinking about it. I just don't know. Marvel really needs to work hard on this next phase, you know?
And I think they will. I think that's why they're like waiting so long to bring, because the next Avengers movie or the next like big movie is going to be space-based. So, you know, I don't know who can do it. I don't know if they're going to have like Star-Lord.
He could be a good contender to lead it.
You know, but
unless they just start making if they do a whole new Guardians of the Galaxy, because they do that in the comics. They keep like just replacing it with new people. I think Thor was in Guardians of the Galaxy for a good bit before he was in it in the movies.
Right.
So
I don't know, but moving on. Let's get back to some Halloween stuff, because I know how much you love Halloween. Anthony Michael Hall will be in the newest Halloween sequel, Halloween Kills. He'll be playing Tommy Doyle, who is one of the kids that Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, used to babysit.
It's not going to be the same actor. Is he the same actor?
No, it's not the same actor. Anthony Michael Hall, we know him from Breakfast Club, Weird Science.
Yeah, so he was already like old enough.
Yeah, but originally, well, not originally, but it's not the first time Tommy Doyle's been in the movie, featured in the movie.
Really?
It's more like the second or third time. Paul Rudd played Tommy Doyle in The Curse of Michael Myers, 1995.
I'm just honestly, I'm not even super concerned about the plot. I just love Halloween because I like the menace behind the mask.
Okay,
it's just a fun slasher movie. You know, have you seen the new one?
I haven't watched a lot of these Halloween movies.
Have you seen the newest one?
No,
it's fun.
No,
you've seen the first one, right?
I can't say that I have. The only ones I probably saw was the one with LL Cool J.
You saw the bad ones.
Yeah, and the one with Busta Rhymes.
Watch the original Halloween 1 and Halloween 2.
All right. Halloween 2 I heard was the one that sucks, or is that Halloween 3?
No, there's Halloween 2 that Rob Zombie did.
Oh, so you want me to watch the Rob Zombie ones?
I'm telling you to watch the original ones.
Okay.
Original Halloween 1 and 2.
Well, here's a quote from John Carpenter.
Okay.
About how many Halloweens have there been?
I think the last one was Halloween 8.
Nah, it can't be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There's been more than 8
Off
Halloweens.
The Googles.
There's been more than 8 Halloweens. There's Resurrection. There's H2O. There's Curse of Michael Myers. There's Season of the Witch 2, the first one. There's the 2 Rob Zombie movies.
Well, I'm talking, if you don't include,
I'm including everything Halloween.
The Rob Zombie ones, and this would be 10.
It's 10 movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You got Halloween from 1978, then Halloween 2, Season of the Witch, which that's why it counts to 8, because Season of the Witch is kind of non-canonical.
Yeah, that I know. That I know.
Then you got Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 5 for The Revenge. Then you have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, H2O, which is 20 years later.
Right.
Resurrection. Then you have the 2007 Halloween from Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
2009 Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie, and then you have the 2018 Halloween movie. That's why.
Yeah, I saw. The only reason I saw H2O and Resurrection because I was old enough to go see those movies in the movie theater.
Gotcha.
That's the only reason why. So I mean, also this week they got a mess. John Carpenter is involved in this one as well, and they asked John Carpenter.
He was just a producer in the last one, I think.
He was producing the last one. They asked him about it, and he said, no one's ever asked me before. No one's ever asked me to produce any of these Halloweens. He said after the first 2, no one ever asked me.
Wow.
So, but he says the Halloween franchise just can't be killed.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing I'm mixed about, because I can see them bring this right back into the ground.
They will, because they're making 3 Halloween movies.
Yeah, but I get it in this scenario because they literally cut out anything from being canon after Halloween 2, I think.
I
No, after
understand
Halloween
that.
1. After Halloween 1, they cut out anything from being canon.
I understand that, but how many times is this guy going to be on film and nobody kills him?
Well, this one was supposed to be Laurie killing Michael Myers.
And did he die?
They left it vague for this reason.
They need that's my problem. That's my problem.
They had him in her fortress of a house, and they had it on fire.
That's my problem. He needs to die. I don't need all these sequels.
Can't kill the boogeyman. They said in Halloween 1.
I don't care. You can kill the boogeyman. If he can die, die.
Can't kill the boogeyman.
Then why? Then don't keep making these. Don't. I'm sorry. Don't keep making them. Like, if you're not gonna kill the person, like, I have a problem with that. Like, this is the reason why I don't like certain TV shows when the character is supposed to die and he never dies. Like, honestly, Michael Myers is John Wick. If we're really talking about this, like, you could shoot him, stab him.
If John Wick was standing still, got stabbed, and then just turned and strangled someone across your throat with his hands.
I watched him do it in John Wick 3.
He wasn't standing still. He's always mobile.
Hey,
He's basically like never on the floor.
He was always on the floor.
He's in the air. He's like,
no, he was in the floor.
People.
He definitely was on the floor in John Wick 3. I saw that movie.
He's getting people in the air. You didn't see 1 and 2?
I saw 1 and 2.
He's like
I did the promo for the first one.
That's right. You did do the promo, which you should watch.
You know, so I don't know. I mean, I have problems with this, man. Like, honestly, like, when do you know when to tap out on a franchise? That's a good question.
I am a believer of you should tap out of a franchise. That's one thing I do agree with Tarantino, is that before you start to dip, like, Tarantino's trying to clock out at an even 10. Which makes sense.
But it's not a franchise with sequels.
No, but what I'm saying though is, like, when something stops being entertaining like that, like when they rebooted it, in my opinion, I liked Halloween 1 from Rob Zombie.
Okay.
I didn't like 2 too much, and I also really liked the newest Halloween.
Okay.
But, like, you need to, when the passion is getting worn out, and they spoke about this in Rocco, when the passion starts getting worn out, it becomes like a slave of the corporations kind of.
And you don't feel like that with this Halloween?
The newest one, no.
All right, so here's my gripe. So here's my thing. A sequel is supposed to be the same thing, same story that you already know, but they're amping up the stakes, right? So what happens when they don't do that? When you had several attempts,
They did that for the newest one.
what happens when you give it several attempts? Do you want to keep seeing the same movie? It's like the Fast and Furious franchise. Like, I want everybody to die.
Do you know how you amp up the stakes in the Fast and Furious movies?
How?
You send the fuckers to space.
I don't send them to space. I'm not watching. Listen, Vin Diesel, I'm not watching this movie if you send them to space.
Send them
I'm not
up
watching
there.
it. I'm not watching. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Why would you put
Do you
people
know what's the dumbest thing in the world?
What?
That opinion. Send them to space.
They can't race anything in space.
Space cars. You gotta have Dwayne Johnson holding down a rocket with his bare fucking hands.
I don't want to see this movie.
Send them to space.
You're gonna have Fast and Furious Jupiter Drift. I don't want to see that. But moving on, we saw trailers for Breaking Bad, Bond, and Mandalorian this week.
So Breaking Bad movie is called El Camino.
El Camino.
It's basically, I don't want to spoil Breaking Bad. Did you watch the trailer or no?
Yes, I did watch the trailer. Did not know what was going on.
Okay, so I'm not gonna.
I know who Jesse Pinkman is,
with the trailer.
but I thought he died at the end of the movie.
They
show.
They basically, it's him talking about is a character saying, I don't know who I don't know where Jesse Pinkman is, and that's pretty much it. It's just 30 seconds of dialogue. Very powerful, doesn't tell you anything.
Okay.
Leaves a seed of doubt and suspicion, which is perfect. Vince Gilligan knows his shit. You know? So that's what I'm really excited for with this movie, which comes out October 11th.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm really excited about this movie. I think it's going to be a good continuation of the story, because you have Better Call Saul, which is in theory a continuation. It's actually a prequel. With the Breaking Bad, had a definitive ending.
Right.
This kind of shows more loose ends, I feel like, beyond what happened. Better Call Saul is kind of like, you don't care if it's good or not because you had your closure.
Right.
And now with the new movie, it kind of takes that away from you a little bit. So I'm hoping that it's done well, but knowing Vince Gilligan, he kind of knows his stuff with this.
Okay.
And you got to watch that show in preparation.
I gotta watch the show. I haven't
months.
seen it. I'm probably the last person. There's a mighty few of us haven't seen it. The new Bond trailer came out. I'm not really amped or hyped about Bond.
What's the name of it? It's called
A Time to Die or A Good Day to Die or something like that.
No Time to Die, I think it
No
is.
Time to Die. That which means to me that he's gonna die.
I heard that he's going to retire. I heard he's going to retire onto a beach in Jamaica.
Do Bonds retire?
This 007. Yeah, it's called No Time to Die, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, from what I gather, I think he's going to be retiring onto a beach, and they're going to be bringing in the black female Bond.
Okay.
That's what I think is going to be happening in this movie.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Because
We'll
they already
see.
announced, and she's 007
I hope she's
isn't
dope.
But 007 isn't like a person though; it's just a title.
Right. I hope she's really good. I hope that she kicks ass. On paper, I don't see it, but if she like is really cool, like if she really does her thing,
If she delivers, I'm happy with it.
yeah, I'm good. Last but not least, we left out the Mandalorian. Do you care about it? Do you not care about it?
I was hoping for a movie.
You're not gonna get a Boba Fett movie.
There were talks about a Boba Fett movie.
I know you're not gonna get a Boba
I
Fett
want
movie.
a Boba Fett movie.
So
Either that or he died in the Sarlacc pit. Make your pick.
So the trailer for Titans 2, there's more stuff that came out.
I did not see that.
Oh,
Did you watch it?
I did.
Ooh. Give
it,
detail.
it looks
Yes.
good. It looks good. It looks really good. So basically, what's happening is Superboy Connor Kenton's going to be in it.
Okay.
It looks like they're going with the whole Deathstroke thing.
Okay.
Basically, there's a little bit of backstory, so they're going to like expound more on what they did on the first season. There's a reason why Donna Troy and Hawk and Dove and all the rest of them, when they had their original Titans team, I think what happened was Deathstroke killed a couple people on that team, and now this is like, Dick is bringing everybody back together, and they don't want him to basically bring the Titans back together.
See, and also they're going to have to start season 2 with the season finale of season 1.
Well, from what I see and what I know from the comics is that that whole thing when they ended, and I don't think I want to give that away.
The ending, just without spoiling anything, the ending of season 1 was a really cool episode.
Right.
But it was basically the second to last episode of the season. It
Right.
wasn't the last episode. And it ends on a cliffhanger that normally would be answered in the season finale that didn't exist.
Right.
So they can continue with that story, which will be really boring.
Right.
Or they can close it up at the beginning of the next season, which I recommend.
They're gonna close it in the beginning of the season, because what I saw in the trailer was Raven having that diamond, that like little gem in the middle of her forehead.
Yeah.
Which is basically the I forgot the name of it, but it's basically her father.
Yeah.
And that's how she gets all her thoughts. So I'm assuming that she trapped her father in there, and that's how
channeling his essence.
Right. So I think that's what's happening. That was in the trailer. Also, Rose Wilson, who's Deathstroke's daughter, is going to be a part of it. His son, Jericho, is going to be a part of it as well. There's also going to be appearances from Batman and Superman.
Okay.
And like I said before, there's going to be more tension with Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. And
Is it going to be the Pattinson Batman?
no, it's not. It's just going to be just a figure of Batman, just like how it was in season 1, where they had it.
An unnamed character.
Yeah, but also and like I told you before, I saw a lot of tension with Donna Troy, Hawk, and Dove and Dick Grayson. But what I also think, and this is just a hot take, and a lot of people, I watch a lot of YouTube.
Full of those.
I watch a lot of YouTube also. So basically, what they believe is that, from what I heard, Jason Todd and Deathstroke might be working together. And from what might happen is that Deathstroke, because he's part of the League of Assassins, might kill Jason Todd and bring him back to life in the Lazarus Pit.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Okay. Might kill him, put him in the Lazarus Pit,
Yes.
and that's how he becomes the Red Hood.
I wonder if they're going to have what's the girl's name? Tiana?
Who?
Tatiana, the girl who was also part of Ra's al Ghul's thing.
Talia al Ghul.
Talia Ghul.
Yeah, there's two of them. There's Talia and there's
Tanya, I think.
I forget the name.
And the other one was Tanya.
Yeah, Alyssa
Chat.
al Ghul.
Alyssa?
Al Ghul.
Chad, if we're wrong, yell at us.
Yeah, please. But yeah, that's it for geek news. That I feel like we covered a lot.
We covered definitely a lot.
All right, cool.
Let me just make sure that we didn't miss anything.
For the most part, that's what I got from you.
That's all the big stuff.
Also, the Joker trailer came out.
Yes.
Yeah, did you see that?
Intentionally not.
Oh man, I
Because
did.
I want this Joker movie to be really good, and I feel like the way it'll be good is if it all surprises me.
It looks really good.
I'm really excited. It comes out October, right?
Yes, it looks really good. So basically, Joaquin Phoenix is like killing it in the Joker role. I think he's hamming it up in this one too.
Yeah.
But he's doing it in more centered and grounded place, which is really good, especially for an actor. And like for Jokers, it's a lot of ground to cover because he's like we've seen so many different Jokers.
Yeah.
So for him to play this Joker, and I like the fact that it's mostly taking place in the same world as, I don't know if you ever saw this movie by I think it's Scorsese. No, Oliver Stone. It's called The King of Comedy.
No.
Okay, so the King of Comedy, I'll make it quick. So the King of Comedy basically is excuse me. So yeah, I had to do that. So the King of Comedy is basically a story where Robert De Niro really wants to be a comedian, and he keeps submitting his jokes and stuff to this Tonight Show type show, and they do not want him. They think he's horrible. He comes to the show every day, and they keep like egging him off and shooing him away, and he gets the bright idea. So he was like, since they keep disrespecting me, I'm going to go kidnap the host of the show. So he kidnaps the host of the show, and then he forces the host to make him go on TV and tell his jokes.
Wow.
So in the trailer for Joker, they have scenes of that movie in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Joaquin Phoenix, I feel like, is the right follow-up to the Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's more like over the top and in your face. This Joaquin Phoenix seems more collective.
Right.
And then that's what I really, or collected, and that's what I really like about that is like, with the Joker, there's such a fine line, you know? And Heath Ledger made his own line.
Right.
He did, and it was really creative and fun. With Joaquin Phoenix, I saw little snippets of the movies and everything before the trailer was out, which they were later on being in the trailer. He seems great. He seems like just a guy who snapped.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what is so refreshing about this.
Right.
It's not like, do you want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
It's not like that stuff. It's legitimately just a guy who lost faith in the world.
Well, yeah, basically he wanted to make people laugh, and because we live in such a harsh world, they basically shunned him. There's actually a scene in the trailer where he's making a little kid laugh, and his mother turns around and said, "Can you stop bothering my child?"
Okay.
And this is the world we live in.
Was he wearing the makeup yet or no?
No, he was just on the bus. He was on. Yeah, he wasn't wearing it because that's scary.
Yeah.
But the kid is laughing. The kid is hysterically laughing. He's doing peekaboo and all this other stuff. And she said, "Can you please stop bothering my child?"
Do you think the trailer gave away too much?
I didn't see all of the trailer.
Okay.
But I do not think it gave away too much. I don't think it was like Good Boys.
Oh my god!
I don't think it was like that. I had a friend that walked out on Good Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because you saw the trailer?
I don't know if they saw the trailer or not, but I was just like, oh.
God, that has to be one of the most disappointing movies I've seen all year.
I know I've seen more.
I'm saying disappointing for me.
Oh.
Because I expected more of it. You know?
Oh.
Well, you got to stay tuned for the end of the year when we do our top 10s.
Ooh.
And our bottom 10s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I saw on Watch Mojo, there's movies that are the top 10 worst movies of 2019 so far, and half of them we reviewed very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like Shaft. And
who doesn't like Shaft?
Shaft was like number 10 on their list.
Shaft is so good.
Yeah, they're like, well, it didn't do well in the box office.
Watch Mojo aren't people. They're soulless beings and just robots.
They were like, it didn't do well in the box office. The movie didn't know what it wanted to do. I was like, it was a comedy. Well, that's how I went into it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, let's get to the reviews, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to the reviews.
All right, so what's first?
Let's do Dora.
Oh God, who is it for?
Dora the Explorer.
Who is it for? I don't know.
So basically, Dora, the Last City of Gold, takes place. We see Dora as a young girl, and her family's living in the jungle. She's doing all her jungle games with her boots and telling Swiper not to swipe and all this other stuff. Well, 10 years later, she's still living in the jungle, but her parents want to go on a very dangerous jungle exploration and don't want to bring Dora around. So what? They send Dora to Los Angeles to
Yes, they flew her over the border. Somehow Dora made it over the border with the knives and everything she was holding.
Ooh.
Yeah, you saw that.
Getting controversial. Yes, she was holding knives. I'm not going to lie to you.
She had knives, she had flare guns.
Yeah, which made me want to
What
think
was next? Does she have C4?
Yeah, is Dora an American citizen?
No, I feel like she was on a visa.
All right. Well,
education visas exist.
yeah. Okay. So, basically, she now living with Diego and his parents, and she's going to school. She's trying to adjust to school life. She is only know the jungle, so she doesn't know about teenagers and their hormones and the crazy stuff that teenagers have in their heads.
Dora. See, all right. So when I first saw the movie, the concept alone, I'm like, all right, a Tomb Raider with preteens,
Right.
or teenagers pretending to be preteens.
Right.
I don't know who that would appeal to. But after seeing Dora, I saw the character and I'm like, who is she supposed to be relatable for?
I think I know. And
All
I
right,
think I know.
Enlighten me.
So basically,
please.
what we fail to realize is that Dora is still a cartoon for kids, right? So what they're shooting for are the tweens and the younger kids that watch Dora.
It was clearly a made-for-TV movie. It was shot in 16:9, right? It was edited and such. Was that weird for you in the theater?
It wasn't that weird for me.
Did you notice it?
I noticed it, but it didn't bother me.
All right, well, I saw it at like one of the bigger theaters, and I was sitting off to the side. I'm like, I'm missing some horizontal action right now.
It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all. My only thing was like it's for kids. It's for those kids that grew up watching Dora and they want to continue watching Dora. It's strictly for tweens, because basically tweens. What is the one thing the tweens care about the most? High school.
Yes, I wasn't going to say something else.
Okay. Tweens care about high school. And if it's something that deals with high school, they're like, oh, I could relate to this. And it's basically a movie about inclusion.
They tried to do a fish out of water story, but like the thing is that Dora was a smart ass. So she was like,
Did you find Dora a little hot?
No.
I found Dora a little hot.
That's illegal.
She's 18.
That's illegal.
I looked it up.
That's illegal.
It's not illegal. She's 18.
You watched the movie with the character being in high school. That's illegal.
No, she was kind of like, she was sweating in the jungle. She was okay. I'm just saying she was kind of cute. I don't know if you
I'm
noticed.
saying you're kind of going to jail.
Hey,
anyway, so
she's 18.
Anyway,
I looked it up. 2001 she was born.
Oh my God, that hurts my soul. Anyway, Dora was like, she was smarter than the rest of the class.
She was.
She tried to be more inclusive than everyone. But
Well, she had a rival. She had a rival that thought she was the smartest person in class.
It was a one-sided rivalry.
It was one-sided, yes.
Much like many other rivalries I'm involved with. Anyway.
Because Dora doesn't really know about rivals.
Yeah, she's like, she's trying to please everyone. Then her cousin's being embarrassed by her. And she's just like, the way Dora's character is being portrayed on the screen. Hey, Steve. Yes, he's questioning your legality.
She's 18. I looked it up. I had time. I was like, listen, am I gonna come on this platform and say something like that without checking her ID? I checked her ID first, and I was like, you know what? She's kind of hot.
And do you know who's checked IEDs?
Who?
Pro Jared.
IUDs?
IEDs. All right, anyway, who is she for? I'm watching this character and the way she's being portrayed on the screen, and nothing about her character seemed relatable to me to anyone in the slightest. My theater was filled with children, their parents, and then some weird adults who wanted to go see it leisurely.
Yeah, me.
Including me, yeah.
I felt so weird. I felt so weird being the only person without a kid. Like, moms were looking at me. Strange. Like they were like staring at me like, why are you here? And I didn't even sit in my seat. I sat in the handicap seats because I did not want to be around all these children, number one. Number two, I look creepy being around all these watching
now
Dora.
Picture my friend who was trying to. He also has AMC A-list with me, so he was trying to nag me to come to see this movie for like a full weekend.
Yeah,
and I'm like, guy, why do you want to see this so badly?
Yeah.
Like, there's other better movies that exist. Like, I'd rather have watched The Kitchen, which I did see, which I don't think we're gonna have time to review today.
Yeah,
but I just don't know who the movie's for. Like, I'm in the theater with kids. I'm in the theater with like adults. The adults are getting. She's 18, I swear.
She is 18.
No,
she's good too.
Here, the theater is equally filled with kids and adults. The kids being obnoxious as shit. The parents trying to quiet them down. The adults getting mad at the obnoxious kids and also being equally as obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I don't know why those adults were being there. Maybe they had Dora as a kid and they were trying to, relive that.
No, I don't think that. I think that. I mean. You're talking about the adults without kids.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
That's what I'm talking about,
yes,
yeah.
Okay.
The movie did have quips aimed towards adults, but a lot of the jokes that actually like gave me, if any sort of chuckle or crack a smile or anything, I didn't full out laugh in this movie at all, except for some really stupidly badly done scenes. But like...
What about when that guy took off his clothes and ran in through the wilderness in Dora's dream?
Eh?
I was like, why did he take off his clothes? This is crazy.
But like... But
you see cartoon buns.
But just staring at this fucking character, I'm sitting and trying to follow. I'm following the plot of all this. It's trying to be like I expected a Lara Croft for kids,
right?
And like she's trying to use the power of friendship and the power of understanding and everything. It's just like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a point in this movie where I did doze off, and I do not know how they got to the jungle.
I don't fucking blame you.
I don't know how they got to the jungle.
I'm sitting in that movie the entire time. I brought some beers in the theater. I'm sitting there for the whole movie like this.
Yeah.
And like I heard that Angry Birds was better than this movie, and I still didn't want to see Angry Birds, and I haven't heard amazing things about Angry Birds.
Right.
And this movie, I just don't ever want to watch it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is literally a made-for-TV movie with made-for-TV quality that happened to be released on the big screen.
You know what bothered me? That Swiper speaks. Swiper talks, but when Boots starts talking, like she's mad surprised.
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand that. Like Swiper speaks, he goes, "Oh man," and he's speaking the whole time. And I think that's Benicio del Toro. That's Boots, not Boots, Swiper. But like when Boots start, and why does Boots sound so old when he starts to talk?
Oh no. And also, like Dora borderline killed people in this movie.
Yes.
Like giving them poisonous frog venom.
Yeah, she did. She poisoned Swiper.
Or nearly dropping a guy in a pit of lava.
Delicioso.
What?
Can you say delicioso?
What I heard about this movie though is I heard that if you in some theaters in like largely Spanish speaking areas that it doesn't have subtitles for the Spanish.
Okay.
But like overall, just this movie it didn't do anything for me, man. I'm watching it. I was bored out of my mind.
But guess what? The movie's not for you.
It's not long. It didn't overstay its welcome. I gotta give it some props.
Okay.
It didn't overstay its welcome. If you're taking your kid to see it, it's not offensively terrible.
It's not
offensively,
bad.
but I don't even consider it really a bad movie. I just consider it painfully mediocre. If you're taking your kid to see it, your kid's probably going to enjoy it. Just seeing Dora on the big screen.
But I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh at Michael Pena and his long version of that rave.
Yeah,
he just kept going.
I feel like his character is just underutilized. Michael Pena, he's usually playing the stereotypical like
Latin guy,
Latino kind of guy, or he's just like a doofus.
Yeah,
and I want to see him utilized a bit better because the way they used him in Ant-Man, oh my god, he was great.
You ever seen him in Shooter?
No, I haven't.
He's pretty good in Shooter.
I need to see more.
He's not like he's actually like it's not a comedy. Shooter's not a comedy. So like he's actually playing like that sidekick to Mark Wahlberg.
Hey Ryan, thanks for tuning in.
And he's pretty good in that one.
All right, well we spent a lot of time on Dora.
Yeah.
So next up, let's review Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
You set it up.
You want me to set it up? All right. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is a book. It's a collection of short horror stories. which Guillermo del Toro being a producer of for the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He, I don't know if you were able to tell from like the way it looked from the villain designs. They were based on the book pretty heavily.
Okay.
But like, basically what happened was they took a lot of stories from this book of the same name and then stitched them together with an overarching narrative. So they took the story of the Scarecrow.
Okay.
They took the story of the Red Room. They took the story of the flies.
Okay.
Not the flies. The
spiders.
The spiders. And the story of the what's it called? Of the thing that crawls
The body parts.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that story. That bothers me. But anyway, so the whole movie was basically these kids go to this. That just closed out completely.
Yeah, my Daughtry or something like that. I think it was called something Daughtry.
I don't know, but but when they went to what basically happens, they went to this mansion that was abandoned on Halloween after taking off some kids. They get locked into a mansion. They meet this character. I think her name is Sarah, and they discover her book that's made of stories.
Right.
And they later find out that the book has fresh stories written in blood.
Right.
And they find out that one of the stories that they just read actually happened. So going through the spots, they're like, oh no, and they see more stories being made. The big fucking toe messed me up. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The toe. The toe.
Yeah.
A lot of these were. They try to make these characters pretty relatable and carry throughout everything. But basically, the point of the plot is that the stories are being written, and it's up to the kids to prevent what's happening and try to figure out a way to stop it.
Right.
And this movie, for what it was, honestly, what I expected is I expected it to be kind of like Double X, where it's going to be just a bunch of different short stories stitched together.
Okay.
But this was a cohesive narrative.
Right.
And I found that really much more pleasurable. It wasn't an amazing movie, but it was a fun movie. It was cozy.
Yeah.
It was a cozy movie.
Yeah. I thank you for saying that, because there was a time where I was like, yo, I'm tired. Why is this so slow? But then when it started getting to like what it needed to get to, then I was on board. I was like, all right, great.
The movie looked good.
Yeah, the movie looked good.
The villains were really cool. The sound design was great.
Right.
Like when there's a scene where you hear one of the monsters jump on a car, and you hear every little detail to that. And keep in mind, I'm reviewing this movie off the top of my head, and I just saw it more recently. But I'm thinking about this movie because I saw it about a month ago.
Right.
2 weeks to a month ago. So you want to take it from here?
So
did you doze off at all?
No, I didn't doze off in this one. So where am I taking this from?
Let's talk about what you liked about it.
Oh, all right.
What you liked, what you didn't like.
What I liked about this movie, basically was once it started getting to where it needed to get to, like, and what I mean by that is, like, once they found the book, and stuff started happening. So, for instance, like the jock character that was in the movie, and him turning into the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Like, I was happy about that. And one of the things that I did like about that is that every story that happened in this movie, they basically were dead and there was no coming back from it.
Yeah.
That part I loved. That was like, great. This is not like a Thanos situation.
And with this movie too is it really wasn't. It was creepy. It wasn't scary.
Right.
There were a couple of jump scares. I don't think there were too many from my memory. There was like maybe I could say 5 throughout the whole movie.
Right.
But like it had a really good creepy vibe going.
But I liked the jump scares. They weren't that bad.
Like, they were well placed.
Yeah.
And the movie also took a lot from the It movie version with the Losers Club. Like the kids had a lot of that feel.
Right.
And also, did it bug you out at all that the fucking guy they met in the car, he seemed like he was way older than those kids, and they were building like a love interest.
He was older than the kids.
Yeah, but like
he was draft age.
Yeah, but they made it seem like he wasn't like much older. But
He
they like
wasn't much older.
They started building like one of the female character was getting interested in him. Like,
Right.
That's weird.
I don't know the ages of everybody though. That's the other thing.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, you found Dora hot.
I mean, hey, listen, Dora's 18. I checked, man. You got to check their ID or their Wikipedia.
Yeah, because I totally can't just edit her Wikipedia and make her say she's 27.
Or check her IMDb.
Could she edit that? Only you can edit it, right?
Only it has
If you
to
claim
be,
your profile,
If you claim your profile.
only you can edit it.
Yep.
What if you don't claim your profile?
Her profile is claimed. If she didn't,
I'm saying, what if you don't claim it?
if you don't claim it, they can't add any information on you. They can only tag you in the movies that you were in.
So it's just a blank slate.
It's a blank slate. Like
And you have
there's
to
no
prove it with,
picture.
like, ID?
You don't have to prove ID, but there's I forgot how I claimed mine. I know that my name was up there.
Yeah.
And I knew I was able to claim it. But like you have to submit, and it has to be like a 3-day process or
So
something.
it's like a
that.
full official thing
Yeah.
to prove it's you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
All right. Yep. Okay.
and all in all, like I wasn't mad at this movie. I can't say that like I was in love with it.
It was cozy.
Right.
It was a comfy movie.
I like that Red Room type thing where he was running like that weird character.
That's exactly like a dream I would have.
That I don't understand what that character was though.
It was just a being. And one thing that I loved that they did is, oh my God, the character, I think, I'm going to call her Sarah. If her name's not Sarah, I'm sorry. I'm calling her Sarah. Do you want to take that from me?
I can't even say.
But
They're dead. Possible sequel setup at the end, talking about she has the book and is planning to bring her friends up. Oh yeah, there was toward the end they were trying. They're saying it's going to be a possible sequel because she was trying to
write in the book to bring him back.
bring him back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb. And I'm reading Pet Sematary. That's why I don't bring your friends back. If you read the book, you'll know.
Sure.
But no. What was I saying? I was talking about oh yeah, Sarah.
Bellows.
There's one that was her name, Sarah Bellows.
Yep.
Okay, so you didn't just confirm or deny me. You're like, all right, let's let him run with it.
No,
But anyway, Sarah, there's a scene where they're listening to their records on a medical tape through a phonograph, and it goes from it's like heart wrenching. The scene she's getting electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's like horrifying. That's like it wasn't scary, but it was just like soul crushing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you felt that too.
I didn't feel like it was soul crushing, but I felt like it was like something happened that was really bad.
Yeah. And then what happens is like you hear it go from her trying to answer the questions to reading the story that's being written in the book.
Right.
And that was so slick.
My only thing was
that was so fucking
My only
slick.
thing was like, okay, cool. This happened to you, so you're gonna go punish other people. Like, wouldn't you not want that to happen to people? Like
Yeah.
what you went through. You like, yeah, you want people to say what happened to you and do whatever, but like, come on, like, why are you haunting other people?
Yeah.
You know, get a life.
I don't think
Ghost.
They kind of established that towards the end, like why she was haunting people. But but overall, the movie, it depends what you're going for. I think if you're just going and looking for a fun time, it's not scary. It's PG-13.
Right.
Not much blood or gore or anything like that.
Yeah, he's saying also the Red Room. I did like the Red Room. I really did.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was visually great too.
Yeah.
But
It was better than the toe. That toe was gross.
don't eat the stew. And it's like, okay.
And it's like, okay, and we eating the stew and eyeballs are in it and like toes.
Where's my chow?
That's
Anyway,
gross.
but this movie, if you're going to it for the sole purpose,
Hey, thank you, Vinny, for watching. You're late.
Vinny, thanks for tuning in. If you're going for the sole purpose of wanting like a fun horror experience, you're
Yeah.
going to get it. It's not going to be
Yeah.
scary. It's PG-13.
Yeah.
Take it for what it is, but you're going to enjoy it. If you're going for nostalgia, you're going to enjoy it. The only reason you really won't enjoy it, I could think, is if you're going for like a gruesome horror experience, because it's not
It's
that.
not a gruesome horror, but it's better than Annabelle Comes Home.
I liked it. I liked
It's
both.
way better.
I liked both. And It Comes Home is a new one, right?
Yeah.
I liked both.
Yeah. I think it's way better than
Have you
Comes
seen
Home.
The Conjuring?
No,
Conjuring's really good.
but I was mad that nobody died in Annabelle, so I can't do this.
I'm mad no one's dying on the jump cut, but Nigel might die on the next episode, so stay tuned for next week.
Hey,
It looks like we're getting pretty low on time. Do you want to fit in? Want me to crunch in the kitchen?
okay, go for it.
All right. The Kitchen. Nigel tried to see it, but it was out of theaters.
It's out of
It's
theaters.
the movie that I drove all the way out to bumblefuck nowhere with a very drunk Vinny in my car after pounding back 15 White Claws back to back. The movie is basically, I can't remember all the cast. I remember Melissa McCarthy. I don't think Leslie Jones was in it. I'm trying to remember the cast.
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish. I saw the movie half awake.
Tiffany Haddish.
Who are the four
Leslie
girls?
Jones and Tiffany Haddish do not
They don't look
alike.
similar. But I'm trying to remember because I know Melissa McCarthy. And,
I don't know the other
You
girl's
can see
name.
because Melissa McCarthy and Tiffany and Leslie
Tiffany
Jones. They
Tiffany
know they would
Haddish.
act in like movies together. That's why. But
I don't think they've ever been in a
going
movie together.
to the kitchen, it's basically a mob movie.
Yeah.
You have these girls who are tired of being second to their men, the men being mobsters.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, and these mobsters are basically collecting they're collecting like payments from the shops for like I forgot the official name for it, but they're collecting payments in order to say, listen, if you pay us, your shop's going to stay safe. But if they don't pay it, obviously they're going to destroy it.
Vinny said he was wasted.
He passed out in the theater. But the movie going right into is basically them trying to build up their empire, and my issue lies right in there.
Right.
They're building the empire, and the pacing is terrible. The movie, I think, could have benefited from being longer, but I didn't want it to be longer.
Right.
Like, they're jumping ahead, like to different points, showing that they established, oh, we got Midtown now, we got Uptown, we got this, we got that. And it's like, yo, you need to show the progression of that, even if it's a montage.
And this was a true story?
I don't think it's a true. It's a DC thing, DC Vertigo.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a true story.
But like, I'm watching this, and I'm just like, I don't have a feeling of pace or time aside from them telling me. Show a montage, show something like that. The movie was all right filmed. I liked Melissa McCarthy in this movie solely because this is like her first real movie where she wasn't trying to be a funny goofball.
Right.
She was being more serious.
Different role. I mean, all of them were trying to be serious, correct? I mean, both her and Tiffany Haddish.
But what really weirded me out was seeing Melissa McCarthy trying to be serious.
Okay.
Because she's typecasted as like, you know, the
funny
obnoxious,
fat lady.
Yeah. So, but I really liked what they did with this movie. What I don't like is it's just so unforgettable. There really isn't an antagonist aside from like their greed getting in the way. The plot, my friend didn't know what was going on, which I don't know how he didn't know what was going on.
Well, he was drunk. That's why he didn't know what was
Not
going
him, my
on.
other friend who was with me.
Oh, okay.
He was conscious for the whole movie. He's like, yeah, I had no idea what was happening. I'm like, I did not know what was happening. But I'm trying to keep this quick. This movie really didn't do anything for me. It's pretty average. I had an okay time with it. I can't say whether or not I'll recommend it because you're not going to be able to see it in theaters. If you see it on TV, you might enjoy it. Throw it back, have some popcorn, chill. But I can tell you this is not going to make my top 10 list. Not going to make it my bottom 10 list. It's just painfully forgettable.
Yeah, like it's in like my mother wanted to see this movie, and we tried, and it's like in like one movie theater deep in Queens, and she was like, "No, I'm not doing it."
Fresh Meadows?
No, not Fresh Meadows. It was like somewhere in Bayside.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, "Nah." If it was Fresh Meadows, it's easy because it's right off the expressway.
Right off the highway. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's not. So I was like, I'm not gonna go search for some movie that's like only one theater. Like every place else is out. The only other places is in the Bronx. Or probably Hell's Kitchen.
You got to go to the setting of the movie.
Yeah.
Because that's where it all started. It was Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. So
but anyway, watch it if you want. Don't watch it. But basically, look at the trailer. If the trailer seems interesting to you, then you might like the movie. That's one of the movies you could base it off of.
Gotcha.
But I basically was able to call out a lot of the plot points. All right. So I guess that's with those movies.
Okay.
Next week, we're going to probably go and look at some classics because there's not a lot of stuff coming out. I'm going to try and see Peanut Butter Falcon,
All right.
the Shia LaBeouf movie, because I didn't even know it came out.
I knew it came out.
It came out August 9th. I had no clue.
Yeah, I just didn't tell you.
Thanks.
I knew it came out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Well, I'm Steve. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Dracontas _DRAKONTAS_. Follow my band on Instagram at Elisions Band, ELISIONS Band. On Facebook, you can follow us at Elisions with the E with the little line above it. And that's pretty much the gist of it from me. Also, stay tuned to the Dear Apparition podcast. We've been doing that over here. Just did episode 1, Act 1. Came out on Saturday.
Ooh.
Getting some good reception on that. I worked really hard editing it. Let me know if you enjoy it. You can follow us on Facebook at Dear Apparition Podcast or linktr.ee/Dear Apparition Podcast. That's everything from me. Nigel, plug away.
Hey, well, I'm the invincible, untouchable Nigel Fullerton. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nigel Fullerton _. Sorry about my phone today, ladies and gentlemen. My phone was blowing up because I have a show tonight, and people just don't understand that, hey, information's on social media. So if you want to know where my shows are, what time my shows are, I usually post them on social media. Follow me, friend me. Please let me know that you care. Thank you guys for watching the show. God bless you, and good night.
Good night.